Hey y'all, I'll be getting started very shortly. I am just checking my audio. I'm hearing a little kickback. So y'all just give me a second. It's going to go silent for a quick little second, and then we'll be back. There we go. Hey y'all. Okay. Y'all hear the difference in that audio? I was getting a little kickback. All right, we're gonna be getting started with the Love and Marriage Huntsville review. We'll be getting started in this in 1 minute, you guys. 1 minute. Y'all, please make sure you take this time to share this video. If you're watching us on the playback, take this time to hit the like button, as well as share, because sharing is caring. I really do appreciate that. It helps push me in the algorithm, lets everyone know that y'all are enjoying my content. So please do not forget to like and share this video. We have about 40 seconds left. All right, you guys, it's show time. Hey, welcome to my channel. Thank y'all all for tuning in to my review for Love and Marriage Huntsville season 2, episode 14. I have to check because y'all already know on be having me confused. Before I get in here and get to talking, first off, let me bring my notes over here so that I can see them. Before I get in here and get to talking, I do want to remind y'all to share, because sharing is caring. Also, if you missed my announcement from my Facebook Friday Live, I just want to remind you all that my reality TV reviews will be wrapped up into one video, which will come out on Wednesdays. So you will have my, I'm still going to do my Love and Marriage Huntsville lives, but other than my lives, I'm going to be doing Bill Collective. Real Housewives of Atlanta might be a standalone video depending on what it is, but for sure, Bell Collective, Love and Hip Hop Family Reunion, and Basketball Wives will all be one long video that will come out on Wednesday. I'll make sure I have timestamps so that if you want to watch a specific thing, you can watch that specific thing and all of that. So I just want to make sure I let y'all know that, got that out of the way before we got into this episode. Did y'all watch this episode of Love and Marriage Huntsville, and what were your thoughts? Let me pull up my notes on this screen because it's weird how my computer's doing. Okay, there we go. Now I can see. All right, you guys. So let's go ahead and get into tonight's episode. Remember to please drop a like and a comment as you enter. Say hey. Also, one last thing. If you want to jump on the live, the link is in the comment section. It's pinned on my B Stokes Styling YouTube. It's pinned in the comment section. So all you have to do is click the link and you can come on here and give me your thoughts on tonight's episode. All right. So let's get to it. The episode starts off where it ended last episode with Miss Wanda J. Blige, shout out to Funky Dineva, and Martell getting into it. Destiny has pulled Martell away. Tisha has gotten up from the table. She's chasing after her mom, talking about, Mom, what are you doing? Miss Wanda says, I'm going to talk to Mel. Why? She's not even your daughter. Okay, whatever. We're not even gonna get on Tisha and all her insecurities. And so then finally Miss Wanda pulls up to the car where Melody is, and she's like, I just want to talk to you, Mel. Have you heard about the rumors out here on social media and all this kind of stuff? And Tisha's like, Mom, just leave her alone. She already knows. And then here's my thing. Okay, here's my thing. Miss Wanda, you are the main one that be on let Martell tell it. You're the main one that be on social media talking junk about them. So why are you worried about what she's heard? In other words, Miss Wanda is saying, do you know that the side chick is pregnant? Because just in case you ain't know, I'm gonna be the one to tell you. That don't make no sense to me. But Mel's just like, you know what? No, I don't know what's going on. I don't want to know. I'm okay. And Tisha ends up pulling Miss Wanda back to the dinner or the lunch or the brunch or whatever that she's already destroyed. Destiny is over there with Martell, and she's just like trying to like check Martell, trying to get him together. Like, you can't be doing that. You know, I'm gonna go check on Mel. So then when Destiny goes to check on Mel, they talk, and she's like, you know what? I just want to leave. Like, if I didn't have my keys in the car, keys at the table, I would just leave. Mel's like, girl, leave them keys. We'll come back and get your car later. Like, it's all right. So they end up leaving. Meanwhile, back at the table, Miss Wanda and Martell have sat back down. Now, y'all done disrupted this lady's event for her son and his graduation, and for her husband and his graduation. And then they come back in there to sit down. Okay. And Miss Wanda is still heated. Miss Wanda is still going at Martell. She's still like, one thing about it is Miss Wanda don't let you off of she don't get off your neck, okay? Miss Wanda was still, like I said, she was going after Martell. And so then at some point, Kimmy's like, well, it's not about that. It's about Jalen. It's about my son. And Miss Wanda's still going. And Kimmy checks her. And you know what? And while Kimmy and Miss Wanda are having like a little spat, like Kimmy's like, it's not about Miss Wanda. Well, I'm gonna say what I want to say. If I got something to say, I'm gonna say it. Kimmy's like, but today is not about you and what you want to say. It's about my son. And then Tisha gets in it and it's like, oh, this is getting really disrespectful. First of all, Tisha, what was disrespectful was for you to invite your mama in the first place. If we want to talk about what's disrespectful, or should I say what was disrespectful is for production to invite your mama in the first place, because we already know your mama don't act right in group settings. Hell, your mama don't act right with you and your husband, let alone group settings. And her and Kimmy have not had the best track record. We've seen that in the first half of this season. Your mama and Kimmy do not get along. And so Kimmy really was getting heated, because at the end of the day, this was supposed to be an event for her son. It was not supposed to be like what turned this event up, honestly. Don't get me wrong, Martell was going to turn this event up. That was it's Martell. But Wanda, you were the catalyst of the downfall of this event. It's because you decided to run after Mel that everybody else in the table just disappeared. And Kimmy in her confessional says that uninvited guests are uninvited for a reason. And I completely agree with that. And, you know, later on in the episode, which I'm skipping ahead a little bit, but I'm just going to say this later on in the episode when Tisha and Kimmy get to talking about Wanda and Wanda being invited to other events. I agree with Kimmy. At the end of the day, I invited who I wanted to be at my party. And it was not for you to invite anyone else to my party. Just like you did not want Destiny to invite anyone else to your podcast, I don't want you to invite anyone else to my party. And just because it's your mama, just because you're supposed to be my sister-in-law, it is what it is. So, period. But anyway, at the table, Wanda just will not stop. Wanda is relentless with her opinion. If Wanda feels away, honey, Wanda J. Blige, you gonna know she gonna sing, strum her I was gonna say strumming her pain, but that's Lauryn Hill, ain't it? But regardless, Wanda gonna make her presence known, and she gonna make it known what she feels about a situation. And Wanda is the reason why that graduation brunch dinner, whatever, that's why it went left. And I'm with Kimmy with not wanting to invite her. And actually, we see that in the next scene where Marceau and Kimmy meet. And so they get together, they meet up, and Marceau is actually the one to initiate the conversation about Tisha and her mom, or about Tisha's mom. Marceau's the one to initiate it. And so Kimmy basically says that, she's just not going to be inviting Wanda, even though Kimmy didn't invite Wanda to this event. But Kimmy says she's not going to be inviting Wanda to future events. And so then Marceau, in a very giddy manner, goes, "Oh, is she banned from events?" And Kimmy says, I'm not saying that, she's banned from events or whatever, but I'm just going to say that I'm going to sanction her from certain events. And I'm going to say in this scene, Marceau was the one that was spearheading wanting to get Wanda banned from events, because you already know Marceau don't see it for Wanda. And Kimmy was kind of feeding into it. If y'all watch the dynamic that was happening in that scene, Marceau was so freaking giddy to talk about Wanda and the down Wanda. Okay? Drop down in the comments. Tell me if I'm tripping, if I just saw that. But Marceau was so happy to drop down and dog Wanda. Okay? I'm just saying. And all Kimmy really was saying in this conversation is just that, she didn't invite her, and for future references, she's not going to invite her if she knows that there's people there that she doesn't get along with, i.e. Mel, Martell, and hell, if we're going to be honest, Kimmy either, because Miss Wanda and Kimmy don't get along, which is why Kimmy didn't invite her. Tisha, leave your mama at home. And I'm going to say this. The reason why Tisha invites her mama to everything is because Tisha does not have a backbone of her own, and she lets her mama speak for her. Anyway, y'all drop down in the comments. Tell me if I'm tripping, because I know I ain't. So the next scene we get is Destiny and Martell meeting. Destiny is planning a Halloween party / voting event, okay? And so she is talking about how, it's so important for voting. We can breathe a big sigh of relief, because all these Black women really working for voter registration and working to get things done for voting rights is the reason why we have, the orange Cheeto out of the White House. So clap it up for any event that had to do with any type of voting in 2020. And so while they are sitting there, y'all, I could not be Martell's friend. And no shade when I say it. But I could not be Martell's friend, because he is exhausting. Okay, he holds no accountability. But what I will say is, surprisingly, during this scene, Martell actually apologized. He apologized and said that he was wrong for coming up to Wanda the way that he did. He was finna negate the apology, because he was like, you know what? There is no but. I shouldn't have done that. 2 claps. That's all Martell gets from me. He don't get nothing more. 2 claps for finally taking some type of accountability and apologizing, and it being a genuine apology, because we already know Martell does not know how to apologize. But even though Martell did apologize, Destiny was still holding him accountable. Destiny was like, you shouldn't have done that. Excuse me. You shouldn't have done that. I'm sitting up here trying to hold you back, because I'm not finna touch her. The grandma is what she called her. I'm not going to touch the grandma, so I'm sitting up here trying to hold you back, and you sitting up here wilding out. Martell, you were doing too much. And Then the conversation kind of goes left. Now, I want y'all to realize that this is the second time. This is the second time that Destiny and Martell have gotten together, and Martell has flipped it and said, "Oh well, we'll see about it in your marriage with La Bum Bum." Did y'all catch that? Did y'all catch that? Okay, look, wherever the camera is. Did you catch that? Okay. Martell keeps bringing up, "Oh well, you just don't know. You just don't know. You're newlywed, and women want things to be equal, and they want to be able to work and all this kind of stuff, but then they don't want to do their wifely duties, and so I just want to retaliate." And Destiny's like, "Wifely duties? Well, what are wifely duties? Tell me, what are wifely duties?" Now, Martell never answers this question of what's considered to be wifely duties. He's just like, "Well, you should be able to tell me, and you gonna find out, you gonna see. And Destiny told him, at the end of the day, then you should have your husband do this. You should be a leader. You should be leading the situation and not allowing outside forces to deter you from being a good man. That's basically what Destiny was saying. And I'm going to say this about Destiny. Like, Destiny, in the scenes where she meets with Martell, even though she's supposed to be Martell's friend, she holds him accountable. She does not just let him off the hook and just let him say and do any old thing. She tells him what he needs to hear, because apparently nobody else is honestly, I'm not even gonna say apparently nobody else is telling him, because his mom has told him that he ain't ish. Melody has told him he ain't ish. Marceau. So people tell him, he just don't listen. But I do appreciate Destiny going and telling him, like, you're wrong, Martell. And so then that's where Martell makes another condescending comment about women's roles and how you're going to learn. And so if I were Destiny, I mean, well, okay, what I'm gonna say is, Martell is saying that to try to push buttons. However, because Martell and La Bum Bum are friends and birds of a feather flock together, then I would be looking at La Bum Bum sideways. You get what I'm saying? Like, is this what you think? Do you think like your friend? Are y'all in cahoots or something? Martell, you keep, every time we get together and you talk about, well, if you don't do it, someone else will, and this, that, and the third. Have y'all had conversations that I don't know anything about? I could not be a female friend of Martell. I could not, because you're not going to sit up here and do all this effery, especially to another woman, and think I'm not going to check you, and then all of a sudden, because you are a F boy, every man in the world is. And I don't believe that every man in the world is. But at the end of the day, in this scene, I definitely liked Destiny. I felt like Destiny checked him and held him accountable, and that's what Martell needs in this world. The next scene we get, y'all, this is going by fast already. Look at me. Okay, the next scene we get is Tisha and Marceau talking. And Tisha, they start talking about the house, and Tisha's ready to move out of their rental property. She wants to kind of add like a mother-in-law suite to the property that they're going to put on their 10 acres. And Marceau is just like, first of all, it's going to take time for us to even build that property up. Second of all, I don't want your mama in my house. We got 10 acres. She can have a cottage. If we on acre 1, she can have a cottage on acre 8. But I don't want her in the same house. And Tisha says, well, she would have her own like little apartment thing. Like, you won't even see her. And Marceau's like, but we'll hear her though. And that's the problem. Like, Tisha, don't nobody want to be around your mama. We don't. Like, don't nobody want to be around your middle mama. Like, seriously. Like, move on. Like, I don't understand Tisha's need to want to be around, like, I don't want to, it sounds messed up when I say it like this, but I don't understand Tisha's need for wanting to be around her family this much. Is that messed up to say? But I don't get it. Like, what is it to drive up 15 minutes up the road to see your parent? Like, she ain't got to live in the house with you. I am under the belief that too many adults in one house is a problem. That's my belief. Y'all tell me what y'all think, but that's my belief, that too many people under the same roof is a problem, and I don't want to be it. So at this point, I'm with Marceau. Side note, I was actually almost like this is the level of like this is where my level from like to dislike is. And Marceau was like right here. He was right here this episode. I almost liked Marceau this episode, which is very weird for me because I really do not like Marceau. But he was like right here. I almost liked him. Marceau was just like, look, let me tell you something. Your mama's a problem. Your mama's so much of a problem that I talked to Kimmy, and Kimmy is thinking about sanctioning your mama from future events. And so then Tisha goes, well, if Kimmy sanctions my mom, then I'm sanctioning her. And I won't invite her to any more of my events. Well, Tisha, if you don't invite Kimmy to no more of your events, who's going to be at your event? You, Wanda, and Marceau? Because if you don't like Mel, so Mel won't be there. Martell won't be there. Kimmy won't be there. Maurice probably is going to be with his wife. So it's going to be you and your mama. Good luck. Good luck. And your mama still going to find a way to destroy your event. Just like last season, your mama found a way to destroy your event with your own husband. You get what I'm saying? Like, Tisha needs to grow up. She's so busy playing victim and playing little girl. The thing is that she's so passive aggressive and she hangs behind her mama to be her voice, that she doesn't know how to be her own voice and to say what it is she feels. And there was nothing wrong with Kimmy saying that in future events, especially when it's future events concerning my son and something that I'm working hard to do, I'm not going to invite your mama because she's a troublemaker. Ain't nothing wrong with her saying that. Ain't nothing wrong with her saying that. And even Marceau felt that way. Marceau was defending Kimmy because, again, if Miss Wanda is the problem, like, everybody can't think that you the problem and you not. Like, if 5 people think you the problem and then one person thinks you're not the problem, 9 times out of 10 you're the problem. Miss Wanda is a problem. She's great TV, but I wouldn't invite her to my events because boo-boo, you don't know how to act. You turn up. You do too much. All right. So before we get into the next section, y'all, I'm going to take a quick little break, and give a shout out to my Patreon. If you would like to join my Patreon, all you have to do is click the link. It's down in the description box. $5 a month. Support this channel and help us grow. Remember, shout out to my Patreon. Y'all are the real MVPs. I'm going to be trying to do some special things for y'all in this new year because y'all have definitely been riding with me. If you would like to join my Patreon, it's very simple. All you have to do is go to www.patreon.com/bstokestyling and make your pledge. $5, $10, or $25. Currently, I'm trying to get to 20 Patreons, you guys. So make sure you help me reach my goal by clicking the link down in my description box and joining my Patreon. You do not want to miss out on the early access to my videos. Don't forget to order your custom Bespoke Styling merch. That's right, we have merch. Just click the link down below in the description box and order your Bespoke Styling merch today. Look, I'm just trying to stay away from Miss Wanda and her messiness, okay? Shout out to the Bespoke Styling custom mask. All right. So, I dropped my headphones. Hold on, y'all. Oh, crap. I can't get it. Okay. All right, y'all. So, let's keep on moving. The next scene that we get is Mel and her brother sitting down. She's trying to get the house situated. They're pulling up carpet and getting things together. And the pertinent thing from this scene was basically Mel telling her brother that Martell has been putting like little seeds in his children's heads about him. I don't know her brother's name. I didn't write his name down. I apologize. But he's been putting seeds in his head. Like, is Uncle such and such? Let's call him Uncle Tony because I don't remember his name. But is Uncle Tony likes guys, like boys? And Mel is instantly offended by that. You know, she's like, it's almost like he's trying to plant seeds of discord in the children over people in her family that actually genuinely love them. And I think I'm gonna say this. I think Martell did that because he knows that Mel's brother is like supporting her and is a positive force in her life. And the thing about Martell is he does not want, if Melody is not with him, he does not want her to be happy. He wants her to be miserable. He wants everybody associated with her and her to be looked down upon. And so if he can do that in any way, he will. That's not something that is for you to bring up to your children. You know, hi, hello, I'm just saying, thank you for joining. That's not something for you to bring up to your children, especially, you know, they're the Holt's children, they're young kids. I don't think the oldest one is over 7. You know what I'm saying? So that's not even a conversation that is necessarily needed to be dived into. I don't know how it was brought up. Melody says she believes that it was brought up in a confrontational way. I don't know how it was brought up. However, that's not something that I feel like is something that you should be diving into with your children at that young of an age, and that's irrelevant to the point. And like I said, I just feel like he did that, excuse me, to kind of diminish the relationship that he already sees that his kids are getting with their uncle. And so they talk about how Disney is going to be having her Halloween party, and Mel invites her brother to come. And her brother says that, well, he's going to talk to Martell at this party. So we already know this is going to go left. Child, they miss. All right. So then we get to the Mommy Business Podcast. All shade. We get to the Mommy Business Podcast. And so Destiny shows up first. Tisha greets her. Yay. Thank you for joining me today. And then in walks Kimmy. And Tisha immediately goes, Marcus. Thank you, Miss Kamari. Thank you. Thank you so much. I could not remember his name. All of these M's. Is that like a tradition in Huntsville? Like name your son a M name? I can't add another M. I can't. Martell, Marcus, Marceau, Maurice. I can't. I will be a stuttering fool, and I can't. Okay. So but yeah, so they're at the Mommy Business Podcast. And Kimmy walks in. I guess she must have walked in a little bit late. I don't, or whatever. So Tisha, in the most passive aggressive way that she's good at being, starts throwing shots at Kimmy the second she walks into the room. And see, here's my issue with Kimmy. I mean, not Kimmy, Tisha. Here's my issue with Tisha. And for if you are new here, first of all, thank you for joining. Second of all, hit the like button. Third of all, subscribe. But if you're new here and you don't know my feelings on the cast, I'm going to say this. My only favorite in the cast is Kimmy. She's my only favorite. I'm coming around to Destiny. I did not like Destiny in the first half of this season, but I'm coming around to Destiny. And this season, I'm liking Mel more because I did not like Mel. Initially, I was on Tisha's side. When I first started watching this show, I did not watch the show the first half of the first season. I didn't start watching the show until the second half of the first season because you know how OWN does. But anyway, so at first I was on Tisha's side because I thought Melody was a mean girl. But what I don't respect about Tisha is her passive-aggressive ways. Here's the thing. Here's the thing. If you feel a way, and this is just my opinion, if you feel a way, say how you feel, address it, confront it, stand 10 toes down in it, move forward or don't, but make it plain. And Tisha doesn't do that. She throws little subliminal digs, and she brings things up in inopportune times, and she hides behind her mom or her husband, or she blames other people versus just letting her feelings be her feelings. Oh, hold on. Oh, excuse me. Oh, excuse me. But that's my issue. That is my issue with Tisha. And so we're gonna see it in this scene. So okay, they start doing the podcast. Everything's going great. Tisha looked beautiful. Mel looked beautiful. Kimmy looked nice. And they start talking about being a mom during quarantine. And Destiny talks about her birth and how, you know, she had preeclampsia. So she gave birth 3 weeks early to her son, and it was a very, you know, stressful thing. She labored naturally for 3 days, and then she ended up giving birth. So shout out to her. While I'm giving shout outs about births, shout out to my big sister. She just gave birth to my baby nephew Cash. Yes, work. Shout out to my big sister. I just side note because it's my channel. I want to say I love my sister, and I love my new nephew. But anyway, giving birth during quarantines, you know, make it all work. So Destiny talks about that, and again, like, I'm starting to come around to Destiny. I'm starting to like her a bit more. And then they transition into talking about Kimmy. You know, Kimmy is an essential worker. So they thank her for being an essential worker. And then some kind of way, because Tisha is the passive aggressive person that she is, that she slides in, oh, well, you know, Kimmy, you know, Jaden, your son, he just graduated. You weren't able to do the things that you wanted to do for him. How does that feel? Kimmy says, oh, well, it's okay. Excuse me, because I'm still able to, you know, celebrate him. I did parties to just kind of make it not seem as unusual as the situation is. Destiny kind of throws in and stirs the pot a little bit. Now, y'all saw how Destiny came in. She stirred the pot and then backed up and was sitting there with the pluck face for the rest of this scene. Yeah. Tell me I'm lying. Destiny stirred that pot and was like, well, except for the last event. And then sat back and just let the mess unfold. Destiny, this is why I was looking at you sideways last season. You took 2 steps forward. Don't take a step back. But at the end of the day, we already knew that Tisha was going, even though in the earlier scene, Tisha told Marceau she wasn't going to bring it up on the podcast. We already knew what she was going to do. So this opens up the gates for Tisha to bring up her issue about her mom. And she basically tells Kimmy that she talked to Marceau, and Marceau told her that Kimmy was banning her mom from future events. I gotta say it how Tisha says it, events. And she feels a way about it. She thought that they were family, and family just doesn't do that. And Kimmy, this is what I mean. This is why I like Kimmy. Stand 10 toes down, baby. Stand on it. Kimmy said, I said what I said, and I meant what I said. Your mom don't need to be at every event. I'm not going to have your mom at a whole bunch of events anymore because your mom don't know how to act at events. And so the situation gets really heated. Meanwhile, Destiny is sitting in the middle like this. I'm just saying, Disney was in there looking crazy. But like I said, I was with Kimmy. Like, here's the thing. Like, your mama was not invited. And Tisha says, you know, well, the way that you greeted her was rude. And so that set the tone for the event. No, what set the tone for the event was your ratchet A mama. That's what set the tone for your event. Let's call a spade, baby. It ain't had nothing to do with, I mean, don't get me wrong. Kimmy was hilarious to me. How she was like, oh, Miss Wanda, you're here. I didn't invite you, but hi. No, was that a warm greeting? No, it was not. But was that Tisha being authentically like, what are you doing here? It was. Your mama can say whatever she feels. Your mama can say any and everything out of her neck. But when anybody says anything to your mom, it's a problem. I'm with Kimmy. I'm with Kimmy on this part. Y'all tell me what y'all think down in the comments. But I'm with Kimmy. And so then when Tisha brings up about Kimmy wanting to ban her mom from future events, Kimmy says, let me check it out. Because Marceau was the one that brought up that entire combo. Remember how I was saying earlier about how Marceau just seemed absolutely giddy to talk about banning Miss Wanda? Marceau was the one who brought up the whole conversation about sanctioning Miss Wanda from future events because she doesn't know how to act. And so Tisha keeps trying to go into it. And another thing that I forgot to say, when Tisha even brings up this topic to begin with, Kimmy seemed taken aback. She's like, oh, so we're doing this on the podcast? Oh, okay. Because again, this is what I mean about Tisha not having a backbone. She feels like she needs support, even if it's support from her followers who are going to, one day view this podcast or whatever. She feels like she needs the support on her side. Tisha doesn't know how to stand up. She doesn't know how to be a grown woman about hers. And I was with Kimmy because at the end of the day, there's no fighting with Tisha about it. Tisha is still young-minded. And so Kimmy just decided to be like, you know what, Tisha, you good. You right. It takes less energy for me to just be like, okay. And she disengaged. And I hope that was eye-opening for Kimmy. See, Tisha keeps talking about how it's eye-opening for her and we're not really sisters. And now I'm seeing how you really feel about me. No, you see how you're making people feel about you. Because see, when Kimmy said that you ain't got to come to me about your mama, I can handle your mama, Kimmy meant that. Kimmy meant that, which means don't come trying to apologize for your mom. Don't come inviting your mom to things that I didn't invite her to. And if me and your mama have an issue, it's between me and your mama. It's not between me and you. And that ain't got nothing to do with our sisterhood. Mind you, Tisha's so hung up on them being sisters when y'all are sister-in-law by sister-in-law. Y'all are sister-in-laws twice removed. You get what I'm saying? Like, I don't get it. Like, did you not have friends? Did you not grow up? You were in a sorority. You had sorority sisters. Call one of your LSs. Like, let that be your sister. You get what I'm like? It's too much. Let me read y'all's comments. I'm sorry, y'all. I missed some comments. Reese says Tisha needs to get checked. I'm just saying, says I feel sorry for Tisha sometimes. Sometimes it seems like she's going to bust out. I used to feel sorry for Tisha, but as the seasons go on, I don't feel sorry for Tisha because of her passive aggressive ways. Like, if you're going to be that passive aggressive, just stand in it. Oh, what I missed, Miss Kamari. She says you missed an important subject regarding Mel and her brother Martell. Okay, Martha. Yeah, no, I said that. No, I said that. I said that he. Look, let me pull my wig down, y'all. Don't judge me. I said that he talked about them liking kids. I mean, not liking kids. Ooh, Jesus, no, I didn't mean that. I said about him liking boys, and I feel like it's legitimately Martell going around trying to sour anybody and everybody that's associated with Mel. It is. It's him trying to be manipulative. It's him trying to just be the narcissist that he is. You know what I'm saying? As if like he's the only one that can care for his kids. And like I said, I don't believe that that's something that should have been discussed with his children. First of all, his children have been around their uncle, and apparently their uncle is married. So they've been around Uncle, what you said his name was? Uncle Marcus. They've been around Uncle Marcus and Uncle Tommy. Y'all know I don't know the names, but Uncle Marcus and Uncle Tommy, they've been around those uncles before. It's not for you to sit up here and talk to them about it right now. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's not for you. Like, it's inappropriate in my opinion. It's just inappropriate. I am going to, just off of sheer will of knowing how children work and all of this, I am going to leave a 10% deviance and like room in Martell's eyes, just in case maybe one of the kids might have asked a question and then that's how he answered it. But the way that Mel brought it up is that it was in a malicious way. And if that's the case, I am very upset. Like, I'm always upset with Martell. Like, it's nothing new. It's nothing new to say that I am upset with Martell. Okay. So finally we get to the Halloween party. Okay, it's Halloween party time. Not Mel. Destiny is dressed as, she's supposed to be Catwoman, but it does look kind of Batwomanish with, black latex bodysuit, mask. Halloween. Yay. We got LaDerrick or LaDum Dum and his wife are the Starbucks people. We have Destiny. I didn't see La Bum Bum. We never see La Bum Bum. But Destiny, what was she dressed up as? What was Destiny? I don't remember what Destiny was. Destiny, she had on like some type of cat suit or something too. Kimmy comes in. She's like a little police officer. She said, I heard y'all want some security. Martell comes in. He's dressed up as like King Tut, and he has his kids, and everything seemed nice. The men kind of go off, and they decide that it's time for them to take like a little camping trip. So we're going to see that next episode, like the men's camping trip. Marceau said something in this scene, and that is when I was like, Marceau was kind of funny to me. I don't remember what he said. What did Marceau say? I should have wrote it down. I don't remember what Marceau said, but whatever he said, I was like, okay, Marceau's kind of funny to me. He takes 2 steps forward and 3 steps back, but that was funny to me. But anyway, whatever it was he said. But anyway, so they're all sitting there, they're talking, and in walks Mel's brother dressed just like Martell. Okay? They sitting out here being the doppelgangers or double mint twins. Carlos King. Don't be producing us like that. We see you. We see each other. Okay? I'm just saying. But in walks Mel's brother. Mel is nowhere to be found. And so he comes over and he asks the kids, like, hey, I thought your mom was going to be here. Well, Melody's not there. So Marcus, I got to keep looking at his name. Marcus takes this time to pull Martell aside. Catwoman. Thank you, Miss Kamara. Catwoman. That's who Destiny was. She was Catwoman. I was like, it's latex, mask, Halloween. Halloween. Okay, but so Marcus takes his time to pull Martell to the side and talk to him. Before I get into my thoughts on this, I am going to post the link one more time. If you want to come in and talk and give your opinion on the episode, because we're going to wrap it up. If you want to give your opinion on the episode, all you have to do is click the link. You don't have to be on camera if you don't want to, but click the link and you can come talk to me and give me your opinions. All right. So they pull aside. And Marcus basically starts talking to Martell. And at some point, Marcus tells Martell that the children are being affected. They're being affected in a way that they ask my spouse if he could be their dad, because, they don't like what's going on between you and my sister. That's basically what he was saying. And then Martell instantly gets triggered and he says, you say that ish again, I'm going to F you up. And so then brother face was like, ooh, it just got real. And he didn't know what to say, but then he was like, well, you ain't going to walk away if you do. And so Martell gets heated and he ends up walking away. But I do want to talk about this conversation. I do want to talk about this conversation. Number one, I feel like Melody's brother initially was not coming out of malice. He was coming to figure out what the hell is even going on, because he, and don't get me wrong, you already know he's going to be on his sister's side. He's hearing how his sister is being handled, how she's being treated, how she's feeling like at this point she just wants to go for full custody. He's hearing all of these things and he's trying to address Martell. And it would upset anyone if they if another person claimed that their children wanted someone else to be their parent. You get what I'm saying? Like, if someone came to me and said that my son wanted someone else to be their mom, yes, I'm instantly going to be triggered. I'm instantly going to be enraged. I can't even blame Martell for that. Y'all know I will read Martell for filth every chance I get. But I can't blame Martell for that because that is a natural reaction. However, if that is what your children have said, that says a lot. Like, that means you need to reevaluate what's going on. And we end up seeing it. They previewed this in the next episode about one of the daughters. I guess it was the oldest daughter, saying that basically she wants her parents to not be divorced. She wants them to be married again. But I don't think that Marcus, the brother, I don't think that he was lying. I think that these children are being affected heavily. And it's not fair that all of this is playing out. So think about it, y'all. Martell and Melody are getting a divorce. All of this is playing out on TV. And they are being like heaved from one home to the next. Things are not stable in the way that they've been. So these children are going to have a lot of emotions. I know we say that children are resilient, but even with that resiliency comes trauma. And when an innocent child speaks, they speak from an innocent place and with no malice. If they said they may have really said it with no malice, like and all they could have simply meant was, I want my dad to love my mom, how my uncle loves my uncle, or I like how he makes my pancakes. You know what I'm saying? Like, it could have been something that's super, super innocent. So I don't know exactly the context of it. However, the fact that a child would say that says that there's a bigger issue. And that probably hit Martell, which is why he got to the point that he got to. But also, Martell, that means you need to check yourself, because we've seen on episode after episode after episode after episode of you gaslighting, instigating, antagonizing Melody. And we've seen this on the TV. So imagine what your children have seen behind the scenes. And imagine how your children are going to feel 10 years down the line, because guess what? We are on the internet and everybody can see everything on the internet, and we can see how you did their mom. And one more thing before I read y'all comments. One more thing that I found interesting, and I want y'all to weigh in on it. One more thing that I found interesting was how in that interaction between Martell and Marcus, the brother, one of those men has a husband. The other one has a wife. But one of those men in that conversation looked more feminine than the other. And it wasn't the one with the husband. Am I wrong? I know I'm not wrong. Y'all rewind. I'm just saying, while you bringing up to your kids about what their uncle's adult life or whatever he's doing, you looking more bitch made than he is. And I'm not saying that, and let me make it clear, because we on the internet, folks getting their feelings. I'm not saying that if you're homosexual, you bitch made. I'm just saying one of those two men in that situation had more feminine qualities than the other one, and the one that had the more feminine qualities has a wife and a baby mama on the side. All right, let me read y'all's comments. Yeah, they talk about she looked like Batwoman. She said she was Catwoman. She like, y'all ain't see Catwoman with Halle Berry. No, baby, you look like a bat. You look like a bat. That whole mask and everything. I ain't look too cat. Put a tail on or something. Let us know. Put some. I don't know. Did Ariane have a baby? Yes, Ariane had a little boy. She had that baby. I think the baby was due in December. So yeah. Yes. Literally, the baby is like a year and a month difference from his last baby with Melody. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much. I'm just saying, thank you for liking the channel. If y'all are liking the channel, please make sure that you hit the like and hit the subscribe button. As a matter of fact, hold on, let me do that for y'all real quick. Make sure y'all hit that subscribe button and the notification bell. But yeah, Martell irks me. I said this before. I say it every time. Martell makes my ass itch. Martell is like so aggravating to me. Like he is the epitome of bitch assness. Like, and y'all know I be trying. I really be trying not to cuss, but like you can't help it when you talking about Martell. Okay. This Kamari says Martell is 5 cans short of a 6-pack, a walking time bomb. Real talk, any day now. At what cost? Seriously, and every episode you see Martell like he's unraveling. He's becoming less and less sane and rational. The fact that he ran up on Miss Wanda in the last episode, first of all, the fact that he ran up on Miss Wanda in the last episode and not one man on the set said anything. Woo! Okay. But the fact that he ran up on Miss Wanda, the fact that he keeps popping up at Mel's house or around Mel, the fact that he keeps wanting to fight people, like Martell ain't got good sense. I would not. And then and you doing all of this on TV, why do you think someone would want to spend $30 million with you? We can't trust you. We can't trust your mental capacity for me to want to give you $30 million to build anything. No, sir. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Let's see what else y'all saying. Real talk. Look, real talk. All right, y'all. So these are my final thoughts for the episode. Remember, if y'all want to jump in real quick, the link is in the chat box. I'm finna go ahead and close this out because I don't want this to be too long for my playback people. Thank y'all again for joining me. Here's my thing. Let me take a sip. Hold on. Because I'm a Southern girl and I like my mason jars, okay? I'm enjoying Love and Marriage Huntsville. When it comes to all the reality TV shows that I review and that I watch, this one actually seems really authentic. Kimmy, I love her realness. I love how she stays 10 toes down. Tisha, you trying to stick up for your mama and her wrong is going to isolate you from everybody, including your own effing husband. Marceau's a male chauvinist, but he's kind of funny sometimes. He is. He's kind of funny sometimes. I'm glad that Melody is separating herself from Martell because he is legitimately crazy. Like, I see crazy eyes when I look at him. And I'm not just saying this as like a person on the internet. I'm saying this as a person with a psychology degree. There are major red flags that come up when Martell speaks. And I know I'm not the only person that sees it. If I were you, Martell, because you want to claim that you're going to go for full custody, you want to claim that, you know, you're going to go for the business and all of this and all of that. If I were you, Martell, it would probably behoove you to get off of this reality TV because it don't look good for you. It don't look good for you. And anybody who trusts you with their 34 acres or however many acres it is, anybody that trusts you with that would be a damn fool. Okay? You'd be a damn fool. And And see, and here's the difference. And here's one more thing, and then I promise y'all I'm gonna be done. Here's the difference between Martell and Marceau. And don't get me wrong, I don't put one over the other. I'm just saying. Here's the difference. When or the group in general, when they came on this show, they came on this show with the purpose to expand in Huntsville, Alabama, to Black wealth, all of that kind of stuff. And even though we know Marceau is a misogynist who we suspect has maybe not 20 girlfriends, but a girlfriend or two out there in the streets. Maybe not Huntsville, but a surrounding area. He's good enough to keep it in the surrounding area. Maybe it's Chattanooga, maybe it's Memphis. You know what I'm saying? Even though all of that may be true, Marceau has kept his eyes on the prize when it came to this show and moving forward his business. What we can say is, since being on this show, Marceau has began opening a cigar lounge. He has got their 10 acres. He's bidding on these 30-something acres. He's still being very work oriented. Do I like him? No, but that has been what he is. Martell came on this show as like the head honcho, the one who was so business minded, and they were so business savvy, and they had all these great things going, and he is slowly spiraling down and losing sight and wanting to blame any and everybody else in this world for his mistakes versus himself. Until Martell learns how to take some accountability for his toxic ways, you ain't gonna succeed till you do right by the woman who had your 4 children. That's all I'm gonna say. All right, y'all. I appreciate y'all all for joining me for today's Real Housewives. Not Real Housewives. Woo! Blame my mason jar. For today's Love and Marriage Huntsville review. Thank y'all so much for joining me on it. I come and go live with y'all every Saturday after Love and Marriage Huntsville to give my thoughts. I go live on, normally I go live on Friday, so I'm taking a little hiatus, but I also give reality TV recaps on Real Housewives of Atlanta, Basketball Wives, Bell Collective, and Love and Hip Hop and Reunion a little bit. So y'all please come back and join me. I drop those videos on Wednesday. I also drop beauty content. I make custom wigs. This is one of my own wigs made for myself. This wig is like about 3 years old. So before we get out of here, I want to show y'all one of my custom wigs. If you enjoy them, please make sure you click the link in my description box, visit my website, and order one. If you use the code pageant, you get an additional 30% off until the end of March. So yeah. All right, you guys. Now I'm going to see y'all in the next video. Peace.